What a shame.
but, yeah.
Okay.
We are live.
The announcement is on.
Okay, so I'll call us to order at 6:02. The first thing on the agenda is our chairperson announcement, and Yesenia has graciously agreed to take the and she gets the two easiest months of the year. We're not gonna have a lot going on in November and December, so.
Borrow your speech.
So from now on, it'll be basically me and Yesenia, heading up the meetings. When we do agendas and stuff, me and Yesenia will get together and just discuss everything and then get rolling.
You're welcome.
She said no one is getting tamales. So.
Yes, yes, I canceled my order.
Next on the agenda, we talked about getting a budget together. I know we want to get like a tent, we want to get a tablecloth, so. Oh, perfect, so we don't need a tablecloth.
Well, you know, we had, community engagement tablecloths, the ones that wrap around the table, had the little spongy. We had two of those.
Yeah.
I don't know where they at or where they went, but they were in the, whoever, I don't know who.
Yeah,
we bought
really,
last
those
time.
would work a whole lot
But
better.
we had two of those. We had two of those, just like we had the pins made, we had the tablecloths made.
Did they said community engagement on them
Mhm.
or something like that?
The
That
pins,
would be
like
better
those
if we
pins,
could
like
find
the big old
those.
box
Yeah.
of them.
They fit down on them.
Yeah. We had that somewhere. Where is that? I don't know. I mean,
How did you have it? Did you have a budget before?
I don't know how we never had a budget, but I don't know how we got it, but we got it.
Yeah.
We got it. Yep.
It'll be,
Yeah.
this one will probably 500-ish.
No, it's been a lot of wings.
The other
But
committees
that'll
have
be,
budget?
500 a quarter is nice, man.
now they can request some funds if they ever want to do like a project or anything, but since this is community engagement, we'll be obviously going to some events and stuff, so we will need a little bit of a budget to kind of get us started. So I'm gonna look this week to see if we can find any of our old stuff.
Like I said, it was two of them. I don't know. There was two of them. We had that. We had box of pens, like a big old box of pens. They had community engagement on it. It looks something similar to the one that's on the table right there.
Okay.
City of Bryant.
What sort of other stuff do we want to get ordered for the committee?
You know, we talked about cards.
Mhm. Maybe like a business card for the whole committee, or?
And then we could just write our personal name on it if, you know, the person wants to
Yeah, I
know.
think it would be personalized, yeah.
But what phone number would we
Here's,
use?
Probably,
Party pants?
probably City Hall phone number.
Main Street, yeah.
Main Street.
Because there won't be nobody.
Put the mayor's number on it. And then I just put on here planning for 2025. I don't know. We're gonna have some big stuff coming up in 2025 if the mayor wants to talk about.
We're talking about that?
Yeah.
So we put out a RFQ 2 weeks ago, for construction design services for an outdoor, entertainment venue. We have a understanding with some landowners for 33 acres, behind Target on Alcoa. All of this is contingent on city council. So I just wanted you guys to kind of be in the loop. You know, we choose the construction design firm Friday. And after that, we will be pursuing an operator for the venue. So the venue is going to be owned by the city, but operated by a group that's in that world, that knows how to operate these things, can book the entertainment, can make sure it's successful. Kind of like the one in Northwest Arkansas. So we envision it kind of in that vein. the economic impact is substantial. And so as you're kind of talking to residents, some of the questions I've gotten is, you know, why that location? There's some,
So paying for it.
yeah, there's other property that was out of our price range within the budget. This would not be a sales tax increase, all right? This would be a rededication of the same money that built Bishop, built the Parkway, and so the voters can rededicate that money if they want to. So we'll be asking for that rededication to pay for the land and to build the facility. And so we've got a budget. Can't, you know, there were places we could buy land but then not build anything. But this is it is a really good spot for what we're wanting to do, close enough to the interstate, really going to be beneficial to all the businesses around there. One of the questions I've gotten is, you know, how does this impact the different departments? So, you know, the way our city's funded in sales tax, there's 3 pennies. Well, the first 2 pennies are designated, okay? Fire, police, parks, animal control, streets. And this bond is part of those first 2 pennies. And so everything that's spent in this, part of it goes directly to those departments. It can't be spent anywhere else. The third penny is general fund, okay? That penny, city council decides every year where to put that, what departments to put that in. So you're looking at, if we're anywhere near what Rogers has done, the economic impact there, 20 to 25 million. We're looking at substantial, you know, $1.7 million influx of revenue. Come in. So my point is, just as you're talking to residents, this will benefit all these other departments. It's a simple strategy that we bring people in, they spend money that's reinvested in our community, and then they leave, right? So without raising taxes, would be a big income generator for the city. The other thing that it's doing already is there's a lot of interest in hotels, restaurants. If this gets built, you'll see that whole west side of Bryant, even on Boone Road, that whole area will kind of transform into another large commercial attraction. And for us, one of the things that can be really attractive for us is we've got Bishop Park, which is bringing in thousands of people every year. And then if this passes, you've got 2 outstanding tourist venues that bring people in. They'll keep those tax dollars in Bryant. And also, not just Bryant, but I view our economy as a very regional economy. Benton doing well helps Bryant. Bryant doing well helps Benton. A lot of our people make money in Benton, and they come home and spend it in Bryant, right, when they order stuff on Amazon, and vice versa. So some of the questions were, why would we put it so close to that line? Well, to me, it's good. It's good for everybody if both communities are thriving economically. And this opportunity presented itself, okay? And that was another thing. Like, we've had a lot of long-term planning. This itself is something we didn't know we'd have a shot at, if that makes sense, okay? That there are folks that wanted to see that in Central Arkansas and had looked at other cities. It even got some traction in Hot Springs. Got pretty close to being built there and fell through. And so as they kind of were looking, Shane Knight, our chamber director, had some connections. He called me and said, hey, you want to meet with these people? I said, oh, yeah. And so in those discussions, we got far enough along that's like, yeah, we need to go for this and see if the voters will jump in with us. So I'll keep you guys informed as we go through that, right? Like I said, we'll choose a design construction company this week. I should have more information for you, for everybody, on an operator by the end of November, hopefully. I'd like to take everything, all the contracts, a conceptual design, to city council in December. So as soon as I can start gathering that stuff and, making it public, we'll just bring it to everybody. I just wanna make sure everybody sees everything, and, so that any questions can be answered, any concerns can be addressed. Do you have any questions about it, or?
Concerns,
Yeah.
roads.
Yes. Yeah, we'll have to improve,
Infrastructure.
yeah, we've got, there will be a road, it's in our master plan, from that, roundabout at Alcoa over to Mount Carmel, okay? So that'll be, and then eventually that road, the design for that road is to continue east over to, what's that, what's the road in Woodland.
Woodland.
I don't know if that, it may have to, because I don't know if we can get across the golf course, but it's on there. May go up to the interstate. We also will be looking at, on Mount Carmel, making it easier to get from north Mount Carmel to get to the interstate. You know, there's that, it's not really a road behind, Petco, is that,
Where's that?
in Burlington?
Yeah.
So what we'd probably try to do is get an easement, and maybe get some of that car lot land, and so that road, so the people will be able to go west or east and get out and get right to the interstate.
Yeah, otherwise it'd be gridlock, over the Alcoa, everything's just gonna be, you know.
And so what we will see is these concerts will be over 10, 11 o'clock at night, and they'll empty fast because we're so close to the interstate. You'll be able to get on Alcoa or Mount Carmel, get right to the access road and go. And, you know, that time of night, there's not as, and you're talking about 50 events a year, 50 concerts a year, because it is an outdoor venue, it's not year-round. But those 50 pack a punch. So I didn't want people to have the expectations like, you know, it's going to be 365, it's going to be very clean, not a lot of crime. It's you know, these venues are popular around the country, especially after COVID, that are doing really well in cities, and I think people will be excited about the entertainment that's coming.
And how do you know people will come and play?
Yeah, well,
You build it, they will come.
that's the operator, okay?
Yeah.
That's the operator, and we would not be pursuing this if I wasn't confident we could get the right operator to make it successful. So it'll be, the operator has connections with they have the relationships with the artists. And the operator will be pursuing, prove them to be successful, and will also, one of the reasons I wanted to have them in from the very beginning is they'll also be very involved in the design process, make sure it's built in such a way that it attracts those artists.
You're right, yeah.
What I've learned is some of the bigger ones will come to a smaller venue if you've got a really nice place for their
It makes sense.
roadies and for their people. You know, it's almost like a little rest from the big. You know, they'll play in Nashville on a weekend and head to Dallas for the next weekend. They'll stop and play in Bryant, and if it's a nice, even if it's small, got nice, it caters to them and their people. So,
Yeah.
And this is just stuff I've learned from.
Right, yeah.
So about like parking and like seeing where the areas are, like parking.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, people concerns be like the neighborhood, like, you know, coming through the neighborhood and stuff like that. What's the?
Well, it's not, you know, there's not a lot of residential
Right, it's kind of
space
rural out
there.
there.
And there's a few, maybe 10 residential, so we've got 33 acres is what we have an agreement if it's passed.
Right there.
That one you have.
No, it's further west.
Oh, it's
Go
not.
up, go up. That's it right there.
Right there.
Oh,
So,
thought they were building a church over there.
the,
I think they are.
AMP in Rogers, the AMP itself, and they have a little bit of parking. Most of their parking is like in office complexes around it, is 14 acres. So we've got 33.
33,
So
okay.
we'll have plenty of room for parking and expansion. That's another thing we've talked about is if it's successful, we start with 5,000 to 6,000, and if it's, you know, we can expand it to 6 to 8.
Where's that church being built? The Midtown Church?
That's on the corner of Alcoa and Boone. That's further south.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So across the street there, those two properties, there's already a hotel, and restaurant developers. All that property north of what we're looking at will probably develop into restaurants and hotels. But yeah, the 33 acres gives us a lot. So across the street there, those two properties, there's already a hotel. Yeah, I was wondering who that is. And restaurant developers. That's all that property north of what we're looking at will probably
Sure what's
develop into
going on.
restaurants and hotels.
There we go,
Mute that.
there we go.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, that makes more sense.
And
Especially if
if
they
people
go in.
ask questions, just, hey, look, there's more details to come.
Right.
Don't be quick to make a decision
Yeah.
yet. We're gonna try to keep everybody informed and engaged.
That's the biggest thing, you know, we keep people informed and you meet their expectations, because now you're telling them what's going on, like we're trying to hide something from them, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it will be voted on.
Yes, sir.
It has to be,
May 13th.
has to be,
It has to be voted on.
has to be voted on.
But it has to be, first it has to be approved by
Approved.
council. And the council has to set a special election.
Mhm.
That would be,
I think we need like a pros and cons, you know, what do we get out of it? We get money,
Revenue.
what else you gonna get, better fire service or better sewer service, better, those are the things, what are we gonna get out of it? And also, what are we gonna have to give? We're gonna have to give, somebody's gonna have to give up a night's sleep, probably, that's over there on the, you know, that doesn't like the music, or at least, they're like me, they go to bed before 10, but, because they're over 10, I know, but, so I think that eventually, and I like the idea of it, but I do believe that that's what people are gonna wanna know. What do I need, what am I gonna get, what am I gonna have to give? So pros and cons.
And there's no, like, competition with Little Rock's kind of amphitheater?
you know, it's so different.
Okay.
This one will be so different. And it will be, you know, obviously won't be run by the city, it'll be run by a professional organization that books these things. And I think you'll see a lot different feel.
And I think you're right, I think that if you build it, I believe people will come, because you hear people driving up all the time, going up to the amp. From here,
Yeah.
we're going up to the amp, we're gonna go see blank.
Yeah.
And then they go right across the street and stay at the embassy
Because
suite
there's
just right
sitting
there.
right out there.
We need to push for an AMP tax again.
Playing chess now. So yeah, and please tell anybody, reach out. I don't, you know, I'd love to have whatever conversations we need to have. The Chamber of Commerce we're working really closely with them on this project. And they'll be working on the communication campaign with us. So that's good input. But we definitely want to ask you guys to help us educate people. From the city side, we can't encourage them, just make yes or no, but we can make sure they have all the information.
Yeah, I said that's the biggest thing, is the information. Another thing is, where can they go get the information at? Where can they see the information?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
That's one of the biggest
We'll have a website,
Yeah.
we'll have all.
That'd be one of the biggest things, because I know talking to a few people when we were out there at the Fall Fest, one of the guys, the first question he asked me, where can I see the information at? I said, well, it's in the works.
Yeah.
As soon as it come out, you know, it'll be posted, so you guys can see it. That's one of the first questions. Right. He asked, and she asked, lady asked the same thing, you know. Cause she was excited a little bit, cause she said, well, I remember the pickleball course, it was just a conversation, but we got them. And she said, yeah, they constantly busy all the time. I said, well, and I used that,
Yeah,
talking to people, because it was just a conversation at one point in time.
that's right.
It's a question on the survey at one point in time. Well, guess what? Now we have it.
There you go.
Treat's gonna say, trust me, see what, see what I did? Yeah.
Well, I liked, during, the Fall Fest that we had the different displays of information to pass out and stuff. And so I think we should like really, try to like stick to that and have more options, maybe even, I was thinking maybe we can do like little books that we can have like with QR codes if somebody has a concern. Somebody told me about, I can't remember what they asked me. And I was like, well, you can contact, you know, your ward members and talk to them about it. And I was like, if you have time, you know, I can get you their contact information. And, so I think we can maybe do that and have like board members' information, you know, contact information for city, departments, maybe have like fast QR code on it. And then with this, maybe have that information ready, because I'm sure they're going to be asking us about it, if they see it set up with the different events. And, I always thought it, like, we can be more like of an information booth. Whenever they come, we can have about everything. Just have it out ready for them. I don't know, maybe these 2 months we can use it to prepare for that, for next year, for all the events and stuff.
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
And I kind of agree with her, because a lot of people were asking us stuff like that when we were out there on Saturday. They were asking for information. Hey, how can I get a booth out here? How can I do this? Well, hey, who do I talk to in the city for this? So, which is surprising, because most folks don't want to hear that. They don't want to talk about that kind of. They want to see what you got and they want to move on. But we did have people asking. I know when we were out there prior to her showing up, they were still asking. So. And when she bought the little book she had with the information, I just really
I like that.
Yeah, so I think it's a good thing.
What are some other events that we can get to? Because I missed Fall Fest, I apologize. But what are some other things coming up? I mean, are we doing that tree lighting deal like you did?
So December 14th, we're gonna do Christmas in the park. Yeah, one day it'll be at the Amp.
It's a Saturday?
Yes, it's a Saturday. It's gonna be 1 to 6. It's gonna be, the first 3 hours are just gonna be like pickleball tournaments. And then at 3 o'clock, we're gonna do a family fun run. And we're gonna have Santa Claus there, some hot chocolate and coffee, a craft booth, and some music
We're at
at Mills Park.
Mill Park.
That's December
I guess
14th.
that makes sense with the pickleball.
They love them questions.
Anything else?
Ain't no time I drive by there, nobody not ever there.
Food trucks?
I would think the next thing would probably be Duck Derby
That's what
in
she
May.
said, 33.
Hey, it's Step Derby?
Yes. There is also the Royal Cheesesteak Festival is November 2nd, which is like next Saturday, so I don't know that we would have enough time to do that.
And I don't want to have time to plan
Yeah.
or whatever.
But the next one would probably be Duck Derby in May.
So, Mills Park, December 15th is what?
14th.
Oh, 14th, what is it called?
Christmas in the Park.
Christmas in the Park. And that's, is this new or not?
Yes, no, we're hoping it kind of
6.
gets some traction and becomes our yearly Christmas event.
What's the push look like?
Is it?
Good question.
The push.
What's the question?
What's the push for if we want to make it a yearly event?
Oh, gotcha.
'Cause it's coming.
So the event that we had over here by, what's that, Copper Music?
Market.
Santa
Yeah.
Claus party.
Yeah.
Is that still happening?
No.
Okay.
I like that one.
It was a good event, and that's really what we want to kind of make Christmas in the Park. We want to eventually make it to be where we can have vendors and stuff. We just only had 2 months to plan this one, so
Okay.
we didn't really have time to get vendors, but we eventually want it to become a vendor, like a shopping thing that they can all come out, and then we have crafts all around for the kids and performances.
That was pretty, we had a good time, that was good.
I know. We can't get over it. We just,
Oh,
it's so much
Yeah,
fun.
I like the location of it.
Yeah.
Now, as far as I'm a nonprofit, right? You remember, nonprofit?
Yeah.
Fall Fest did not have a nonprofit rate.
Hmm.
A lot of places do
Okay,
have.
good
but
point.
they-
That's a good point.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've been going to quite a few, festivals, and I did like 3 in one day. Goat Festival, which I loved it. But, I've noticed that like almost every festival is the same thing. It's just a lot of vendors, and just selling stuff. There's not very many activities or things to do, and so then it's hard for families to go to festivals because your kids want everything. So I don't know,
I would have liked to see more,
Yeah.
individuals with products out there than these businesses. It was mostly
Yeah.
business, and I'm sure they were paying for the spots, but just to have local people with their stuff, I mean, kind of like the
Craft
courthouse, sometimes you've got people selling their honey,
Mhm.
you've got all this local, their quilts or whatever, there's
Yeah.
nobody selling anything like that, and I miss that, because it was, like you said, it was just
yeah,
businesses.
yeah.
They don't have a lot of money probably either.
Yeah.
I liked it as a place to mingle, bring people together.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I did enjoy that while I was
Right.
out there, to
Yes,
be able to talk
that
to
was
people I normally wouldn't talk
different.
to.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So if we can continue seeing something like that.
I think the one thing I highlight is that we all did that, I think as a committee, we did really good is, I noticed Daniel was talking to a bunch of people. I went to almost every event.
I was talked out, man.
She did it, she did it, Jordan did it, everybody was we was just moving. I think that kind of helps us out trying to get to know some of these people.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So when we do things that we do to help push whatever agenda it is, I think it works well for us. So I would say whenever we at any event, we always need to be mindful and then we need to be moving it, shaking hands and build a relationship, because that helps us and it helps further whatever agenda we're trying to push it. We're all, on one accord with it.
I wish we'd have known about this, little, during Fall Fest, because that had been a hot topic, the, amphitheater. I mean, it touched a lot of people, but, whatever, we got time.
It was in the paper that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Few people
Yeah.
People know, 'cause they asked.
Yeah, 'cause-
Yeah.
We had we mentioned it, but it wasn't like, I don't think it was like
big,
Yeah.
There's some people that did, some people asked without us even mentioning it, they did ask about it, so, which was telling you that they paid attention to it.
Well, and I didn't know, because I was like, I was saying I wasn't gonna pay for any more taxes, so. I didn't know.
No, I believe you. I'm not raising your taxes.
I'm like, Justin, we're not all paying for it.
Yeah, no more taxes. My neighbor's first thing I mentioned when I said, they said, well, I'm not paying for anything else. I'm like,
What do you want to see happen? That's what I would ask.
well, yeah, nothing,
Costs money.
maybe.
Do we have any signage for Christmas, the Christmas day yet?
We have a flyer, and I can send you guys a copy of the flyer.
Hmm.
Do you want print copies of the flyer? Is that what you're asking?
No, I just didn't know like where the signage was, just like in heavy traffic areas, that way people can start thinking about it and.
We'll have a website for it. Did Steve say that?
Also, put the flyers on our, put on my personal Facebook page if you want to.
Yeah, I always blast, whatever we got going on, I always just blast it anyway.
What gets the most people?
Social media.
Well, we're trying to focus on enough stuff to get family, pickleball tournament would be a draw,
Mhm.
and then we're trying to get families out there. And this is a request we get a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's a family event, a Christmas family event. It was, a lot of people talk about the parade kind of went bye-bye, but, so this is, our attempt to try to provide that piece. And, Benton does Christmas downtown. We're trying to kind of find a niche in this Christmas at the park. It's,
Mhm.
And Mills Park specifically has that feel, right? It just has that family, just a, nice stroll in the park. And we're those pickleball courts, I don't know, we used to have Fall Fest there years ago. There's a little pavilion that's kind of a stage. So it's hopefully it'll all kind of be centered around there, just kind of maybe a little Christmas wonderland where everything's right there.
I think the question going forward will be like, what does that look like? From the people that want it, what does it look like? What do they envision it looking like? And we can, you see what I'm saying? If I know what you're,
We're trying to, yeah, and we're gonna throw this at them and see, is this what you're talking about?
right, now, okay, but there you go, because it's a start.
Yeah.
Now, pros and cons, I didn't like this, I like this. And then we can
We're gonna
adjust
have
fire from there.
Reading, right, is that still?
Yeah, we're gonna have a story time with Elsa and Anna, provided by the library. I think we're trying to get schools to bring the band or choir to do a few performances.
The Christmas music.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Singing carols.
We're trying to figure out the decoration aspect of it.
Yeah.
Is there, electricity out there for
Yes.
vendors and everything?
A little bit. It's not a ton, yeah.
But so maybe if we can get some decoration this year, store it real well, and next year we add, maybe over time, we'll have an area decorated all the Christmas season at Mills Park.
Right.
That's another question I get a lot, is why don't we decorate up and down the streets, and it's just a lot. But if we can have one area where we can all come together and we have so that's kind of the down the road as it builds. Maybe down the road, we've got enough at Mills that people spend the Christmas season going out there and looking at lights.
Right.
Families go out there and look at lights, and then there's just
We had
start small.
Yep, gotta have a start.
a photo op, and I don't know who brought the backdrop, but remember all the families?
Yeah.
Oh,
Got
yeah.
in front of it?
Yeah, that's right.
It was a Christmas.
Oh, yeah, we did,
I bet we could arrange that. So we're not gonna do vendors this year, but I mean, if community engagement wants to have a booth, I think that would be great.
I think, Chris,
It was, Chris.
yeah, they
You can do it, we
got
could,
it.
we could order a backdrop, I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
like, they should be,
Yeah.
they have them take pictures. That's what we did, we had
yeah, he
backdrop.
ordered it.
Cause I was gonna order, but he ordered it.
Yeah, he, maybe you bought it, but,
Shoot me an email,
yeah.
text message, we still got it.
and everybody loved it, and,
People came through and took pictures with us.
yeah, with the bears,
The Bears.
the famous bears.
Yeah, we
Famous bears.
No, we raffled.
They raffled them off.
Oh, that's right.
I'm sitting here going,
Small giveaway.
you
Yeah,
know,
but-
I just don't think it's a bad idea to get some more bears.
I agree.
I would let you and Jack have
I want to
that.
tell you, we're gonna tussle. I had those bears sitting in our,
Bringing a bear.
Yeah, they were huge.
8 feet?
They were big, yeah.
Incredibly, yeah. I thought that
I don't
was
know how
great, but
big
you know
that
what,
is.
the
We got a
reason why,
big
let me,
box store that would donate
the
or
reason
something.
why I ever bought the bears to begin with is because Wyatt and Madeline, when Costco opened,
Yes.
Wyatt, when we walked in the door, he just goes running to one of those bears, and, oh, I just love it, you know. So I thought, you know.
Sure, we
There you go.
can Amazon one.
So we
Nobody
are
wanted
gonna
a big
be at, Christmas in the park,
I think we should be.
Yeah, I like it.
so
What's the date of
then
it?
next.
14th, 1 to 6.
I should have a
I
lot
would say
of great
3 to
info
6 would be when y'all need to be out there.
That'd be a good opportunity.
Darken up
We
for
should have a
some
lot
light.
of great information about the amp. We can put together little flyers for y'all to hand out with all the info.
Flyers or QR codes or flyer, what's the QR code?
I was thinking, one thing I wanna do, which I haven't talked to the mayor about it, but I wanna do like a postcard that we can just give out to people that has the picture, email, and a phone number for all the council members, that we just hand out to people. So, we might could get those ordered as well.
1 to 6.
We have to wait till after the 5th. Who's gonna be on?
It'll be December 14th.
Oh, that's right.
Literacy
You said a
council,
map.
Mayor, okay?
Yes, absolutely.
Now, when will we know?
No, about the election? November 5th. We'll have time.
10 o'clock.
That's a great idea.
Looking at polling stations like, how many do you got over there?
Exit polls.
Yeah, no, we had a record turnout today, supposedly, so,
Good.
early voting.
We're already at 4.9%.
Long line.
Busy all day.
Line, I stood
In
in
Little
line.
Rock and Bryant, I don't know any other cities, but
Get in and out
coming
tomorrow.
down here, church was busy, and in Little Rock, those locations were
I
busy.
ain't never stood at the polling line.
I didn't vote.
Man, this,
Yeah.
I didn't think I would be standing in a line, but I went to the Vote Here Center and I was in a line for 30 minutes.
yeah, I'd like to keep thinking about things that we could do to bring people together. Probably something in the spring. So our next meeting, we should probably be thinking about that. That way we get a jump on it.
Do that. I'll put that on our agenda for next meeting.
And I have a question going back to the budget. So if we do get, a budget, are there any rules and who would, manage it?
Assume it would probably be me managing it, since I'm a staff member. I would probably just get a credit card, which I'm already supposed to get one for purchasing anyways. And then anything we needed to buy, as long as it was under a certain threshold, we wouldn't have to ask for permission or anything, as long as it has to do with like trade shows and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Good
it.
question, I was gonna probably get some, see if there's any rules on that.
We can definitely check on that.
Yeah, 'cause I want you to buy me lunch.
That's canceled. Right before you got here, I canceled the order.
Molly, you just put Molly.
It makes a good point, though, it makes sure that no laws or no ordinance against it. Because I know military-wise, it's the regulation, what you can and cannot do with that, with them cards and money and funds, so.
I will talk,
So,
I'll get with our city attorney on that.
sweet, he or she gonna make sure you good then, because they gonna know it.
Mhm.
Right,
Excited.
anybody have anything else?
I just want to say, we are so glad we canceled. It put us out in front of everybody. We did get a page of, tutors, and we got, a good bunch of students, and it's word of mouth. We had our first training in Benton Saturday. It's gonna spread by word of mouth, so keep spreading.
Yeah. Anybody have anything else before we adjourn? I'll make a motion to adjourn. Do I get a second?
Second.